Hey Cancer, welcome to the channel. It's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine. Hope you guys are doing well. So we're here to do your new moon reading for the new moon on March 17th, 2018. Spirit, I ask that you'd bless this reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so that I would be a clear channel for you to the audience. I ask Spirit that my energy not get in the way of the reading, and that the energy of the reading not attach itself to me. And we thank you, Spirit, for your guidance with the cards during this new moon for Cancer, Ascendant, Sun, and Moon. All right. So I wanted you guys to know that if you'd like to purchase my book about our moon signs, it's called Between the Moon and You, and I've got it at an introductory price right now, so get it while you can. It's at my Etsy shop, which is Divinely Genuine, and it's only $5.55 right now. $5.55. And if you purchase the ebook, you get 25% off of the upcoming edited and published version. So, which would be awesome. And please give it to anyone you think, it was a passion project. I feel like everyone is just aware of their sun signs, and I felt like everyone needs to be aware that there's so much more than just that. So anyway. Alright, there's that, and then we've got the archetype cards for advice. Spirit, we just ask that you'd communicate to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for their new moon on March 17th, 2018. Any advice or guidance you'd like to offer them through the cards. And Spirit, I ask that my energy not get in the way of the reading, and that the energy of the reading not attach itself to me. And I thank you for allowing me to be a vessel and channel for you. Alright. So guys, for new moons, I like to burn sage and sage smudge my house. And I'll usually put on some music or listen to Leo Keen's spiritual dance music, which I love. If y'all haven't heard of him, check him out. He's awesome. It's my first astrologer that I ever listened to, and played a great role in my awakening as well. But he's really good. He does some spiritual dance music on the new moons and full moons. But the main thing of new moons is to start something new, whether it be like a regimen or a new project, a new relationship, new habit, anything. Okay, so we've got the egg representing the new moon. We've got that in the present position. In the past, we've got rose quartz. You can't even see the pink in the camera. And then my lovely crystal quartz for the future. Alright, let's get on into it. So we've got the past, present, and future. And then the past advice, present, and future as well. Alright guys, so we've got the Seven of Swords in the past position. Now remember, swords represent air signs, which could be like your own intellect, or it could also relate to an air sign, which would be Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. 7 also represents the house of Libra in astrology, which is ruled by Venus. So that would be like representing others, other people in your life, other relationships, beauty, charisma. Let's see what the book says here. So we've got 7 of Swords. The cunning of the shadows. Stealth and deception, manipulation and politics, discarding honor and necessity, thievery and betrayal, acting in the shadows, being dishonest, exposing dishonesty in others, cunning and guile, using tricks to get answers. Okay, so maybe here in the recent past, you've been a part of something that wasn't, that had you being maybe a little dishonest, or having to expose some kind of dishonesty in others. Something to do with politics, Let's see what the advice is. So the advice from Spirit is the Priest card. Okay. Facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So what I'm getting for this is if you find yourself caught up in some kind of, dishonest situation, to help you balance and get out of that, your connection and channel to spiritual energy will automatically give you the strength to escape from that, and provide the door out. God always provides the door out of any kind of shadow situations that we have that come up. Any manipulation, dishonesty, any politics, stuff like that. What Spirit's advice is saying is not to forget your spiritual commitment and connect and serve as a channel to the spiritual energy. Okay? Now in the present position, we have the Five of Cups. Okay? Now cups usually represent our emotional world. Or water signs. So that would be you, Cancer, or a Pisces. Could be a Scorpio. Excuse me one sec. Sorry about that. And number 5 represents Leo, or the house of Leo, which would be home. Which would be heart, love. Could be like drama, ego, pride. Let's see what the book has to say about Five of Cups. Alright, so the Five of Cups is the river of tears. Grief at loss, mourning and ending, despair, loss of a loved one, emotional hurt, knowing that grief serves a purpose, respecting the grief and loss of another, sadness being temporary. Okay, so whatever situation is going on here, remember that Spirit has already said to stay connected and not to forget your connection, because that is definitely what will help you through this chaos that you might have gotten wrapped up in with some dishonesty, and definitely help you with, any grieving that you may be doing. Now the advice for the present is Femme Fatale. It highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Okay. The shadows of this would be inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Alright, so maybe some of you have had some kind of loss in a relationship or job, whatever kind of loss you've had. Spirit's saying remember to not attach to money or power, and to open your heart even through the tough times, staying connected to your spiritual energy, okay, and your heart source energy. Now the future position, we have the Tower. Okay, and usually the Tower represents like life change, is what I like to think of it as. It's the destruction of the self at the edge of the abyss. Sudden destruction and devastation, catastrophic destruction of the ego or sense of self, painful awakening and realization, a bolt out of the blue, removal of constructs in your life, fall from grace, falsely built parts of your life torn down, hubris, revelation through extreme pain. Okay, so you guys are obviously going through some major changes here. That may not be the easiest, okay? But that's why we do the advice cards too, and that's why the whole, the whole purpose of, for me, for tarot and astrology is as a guide, to seek out God's guidance, the divine's guidance, to help us through these like hard times, or to guide us before we get there so that we're more prepared, okay? So maybe this dishonest stuff or political stuff that you're involved in caused some grief and now is causing parts of you to have to die. And maybe it's just the dishonest parts are dying. You're doing away with that side of you. You're not partaking in, gossipy stuff, political things at work, being dishonest. You're connecting more with spirit and opening your heart, even if rejected by others. But something here in the near future during this new moon is changing for you guys, Cancer. Something, whatever you're getting rid of that is not serving you, or Spirit is saying to get rid of what's not serving you well. Okay, and the advice for the future card is the Shapeshifter. Okay, the light attributes of this card are skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, like astral travel, connecting to another on 5D. And it's the ability to see the potential in everything, okay? From my own experience, and most of us, we don't grow or expand or learn without going through trials and pain. Unfortunately, that's how we learn. So hold tight to what Spirit's saying in these advice cards, okay? Which this one is maintain the ability to see potential in everything, okay? This can also represent, to me, it also represents mutable signs, as they can take on others' energy just from being around them. Okay, the shadow side of that card is projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in that moment, okay? So you want to stay true to your authentic self, and it may be harder for the mutable signs, but as you're with other people and, going through these changes, stay true to who you are and try not to change according to who you're around, just to get something out of it. But instead, what Spirit is saying is stay connected to the spiritual energy. Keep your heart open, even if rejected. And maintain the ability to see potential in everything. And that will make these changes much easier, okay? All right, Cancer. Good luck to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give me a like and comment if it resonates. I would love it. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.